Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. We're going to give everyone 1 minute to join. And then I will go ahead and start introducing myself and talking about today, what today's live channel is going to be. I'll be live channeling myself. So, yes, very, very beautiful and excited to be here as always. Thank you for being here. But what I'll do for now is I'll go ahead and start introducing myself while we wait for people to join, okay? I see we have people joining now. All right. So my name is Aurora. I am a quantum healer, a quantum alchemist, and I practice Aura, which is through the art of quantum hypnosis, alchemy healing. And you can check out my website where you can find more information about me because I am also a channel, a seer, an Akashic reader, and I have services there where you can get answers for. More upon that, as well as I have classes as well that we've taught on Patreon, and you can find me on Patreon under Rising Phoenix Aurora. Okay, so that's where you can find me. Today, I am so excited. I'm going to try to get to the. I have notes here that different things that we want to basically touch base upon. So thank you. Sorry, let me get my puppies. Hold on 1 second. Okay, calling on Zen. They're going making noise. Those puppies. So yes, it's so exciting to be here with you all. I actually so I've been waiting for this for a while to have my own aura session. So we'll start it off with that. And so recently, just about a week ago, I actually had my first aura session. Now, as you all know, we've developed it because I never like to say I. We've developed the angelic universe. We developed the universal regression alchemy healing, and I was waiting again to have the someone who would be up for the challenge to do an aura session on me, and that was Minnie. So thank you for Minnie. She is one of my assistants, and she actually recently just got certified, and she's I believe she's had about 4 aura sessions, and she did such a beautiful, phenomenal job. So take a look at my session. I am so excited that we were able to share that with you all. Okay, and let me look at the notes here, at the comments. Yes. And so watch that session. It's exciting. Now I got to tell you, whew, what a difference. And I'm, of course, I created it, but in all honesty, it is phenomenal the difference in what I felt like before. I have already always been so very much connected. However, there was such a difference in what I felt, what I felt after the aura session. It is a sense of, and if you've had an aura session and you've then you will relate to this if you continued on with sacredly and energetically and with discipline continued on your teachings from your higher self that they gave you there. You will see. Sorry, this is acting up. Okay. You will have such a huge difference. And it is like a sense like they took my soul and they just made it whole. And I felt so amplified before my aura session and clear connection. Now I can say even more so. I feel like this, like it almost like it's just like it goes in and it plus you speak to your higher self, and you speak to other benevolent beings. So I got the Divine Mother. The Divine Mother ended up giving messages for us through the aura session, and it was just so beautiful. But it is hard to explain. It is a frequency that just makes you feel more wholeness and have more balance and more peace. So yes, check it out. So excited to be sharing it with you all. And they also talked about um, basically I wanted to know, even though I already knew, but I wanted to speak about it in my aura session because with the scenes, the teachings there. And right after I'm done talking about this, we're going to go into the new year and prepare you guys about that. Okay. But they talked about how we don't just have one heart chakra, though it has been long lost, even in the times of the Essenes. The people did not have this activated, and the majority of people didn't even have the first chakra, the heart chakra, activated. So we asked if I had the two chakras, my two flames of my chakras activated, and they said yes. I absolutely did have it activated. So I have basically two flames next to one another. So that's a little bit of a background to why you hear us talk about that. And this is part of the infinite love that I feel for everyone. And it is just so beautiful. I often talk about how I go to places and then I just look all around me and I look at every single person, even if they seem a little more dense, if they seem like they're mean or to others. I just look and I admire all the beauties and how beautiful each soul is. And yes, so thank you for letting me share that. And I hope you enjoy the aura session. And thank you for Minnie for doing that for us. And it has been such a beautiful feel so again complete. It needed to be done for my um, energies, especially coming up for the new year. So let's talk about the New Year. So today we chose basically 1221. And why is it that we chose 1221 to basically give you this information? And why do we choose the hour of the 12? At least my central time hour is the 12 here. And what is the reason? Now, you have heard me talk about the 12 elders, the 13 keys, but basically, the number 12 is the same thing as as the 12. So it is 13 and 12 are the same number energetically and galactically speaking. Through the galactics, through the Galactic Federation, it could be called, but I like to call them the Galactics because the way they show me is that so there is the elders who are the galactic team, who are the guardians, okay, and the guardians of the omni universe. And then there is other galactics that are in unison with them and working in alignment with them for the benefit of all life in the omni universe. And they are the very first 12 consciousness that branched off the Divine Mother. If you watch my channeling of the Divine Mother, we talked about how the chromosomes there. So watch that so you could understand how the chromosomes, and when we look upon the Divine Mother's three-dimensional chromosome, the feminine, the Divine Feminine, we can see that it's two lines, which why they say it's kind of like an X. And then the masculine, it is like a fractalization from her, because this line right here is missing half, like a portion, it's missing. So it is a beautiful branch in fractalization. So the Divine Mother created the 12 seraphim angels, and I have a class going on right now on Patreon, but if you missed it, you can purchase it next month. It will be available next month for you to purchase on my website, and you can get more details on this. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about is what do we do? What number does it add up when we add 2019? Okay, so anytime we want to come up with a significance to a specific number, we break it apart. So for example, 2019, we will take 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9, 2019. And when you add that up, what does that add up to? The number 12, right? And thank you everyone for being here, checking out here chat. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So that adds up to the number 12. And if we thought this year was inspirational for us and a time where we really started growing, oh boy, you better hold on to your unicorns. 2019, because of its significance with the number 12, is going to be phenomenal. Now, with that being, is have you worked on yourself? See, 2017 was one of the hardest years for just about um, oh, the majority of white workers that I've talked to. And it was a year where it was a completion, so you needed to complete what was needed to be completed. Then we are going into the year of 2018, which equaled the number 11, which was new beginnings, creational energy. The year of creation is what we called it. Okay, we're coming to an end of the year of creation. Though we are creators and we can create as we desire every minute and every time the clock turns, it is a new creational flow of energy. Every time you wake up, it's a new book, right? A new chapter. We always talk about. Now, with the number 12, this is a connection to it. In the Omni universe, there are 12 major laws in the Omni universe, and we'll be talking about these briefly. There is much. Oh, it's right now. Yay! Here. Um, and yes, and there are 12 major laws that we respect one another upon. Okay. Now, let me pull these up for you here. And basically, when we decided to fractalize, we fractalized into seraphim angels and then broke apart. And we came up, we basically then they went and created creation. They created. Is my audio choppy? Oh, let me see. Sorry, there's, my my voice is very pitchy, not very pitchy, but very high. The vibration coming out from it, so it's affecting the. It's good now. Okay, thank you. So there's a lot of frequency going on. Like if I were to do um mantra right now, it used to do it before, but you will see that actually the mic won't even be able to register the. Thank you. Won't even be able to register the frequency. Here, I'm going to show you. So I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to just show you Om. And typically we'll cut off. Let me know if it cuts off. Even though I'll still be doing the frequency. All right. So ready? We're going to anchor in love light through Om. If you want to be part of the wave, be part of it. And then, like I always say, surround yourself with a bubble of light. Okay. So I'm going to just say Om just briefly. All right. I'm going to take a deep breath. Did it cut off? Wondering if it cut off. I'm going to do it one more time just for fun, which is the same frequency of the sun. Oh, the candle behind me got brighter. Yeah, it does that too with the fire. Wonderful. Oh, I love to do mantras. All right, very good. So going back to the, it didn't cut off. LOL. Well, it typically does. That's okay. Oh, you were meant to receive it without cutting off. Yeah, it was powerful. Thank you. Okay. So in a powerful, in a beautiful, loving manner. Okay. Now, I don't like the word power, but that's like the only word really that you can explain. Okay, so going back, so there's 12 laws that we run this omni universe upon. Okay, so this is what we're going into. We're going into this year that's going to, you're going to be able to connect to some of these laws and some of these creational frequencies within this elder galactic key star. Now, this elder galactic key star is part of the ascension, is part of the golden era, is part of the connection when the new earth is going to shift and rise up and basically um, ascend. Okay. Now, this star is also connected to to the Omni universe in a webbing, the webbing. And all our brothers and sisters, all the beautiful brothers and sisters who are assisting us here with Light Love, are connected through these webbings and onto these specific keys upon Earth. Now, these keys of these galactics are also connected to different locations on Earth. So there's going to be chakras, there's energies there. So think about, wow, what a year that will be when we will be in the year of the 12. Much soul expansion and creational energy we will have. Now, for example, the first law, but they're not in. This is not the specific order, but I'm just going to go on. I'm going to say, so there's one law. The first law I'll be talking about is the law of potential, Archangel Jophiel, and she is Dolores, which represents the Shambhala key. And if you want more information, watch that class. It's like almost 4 hours of talk about this, which we can't go over that, obviously. And that's connected to the inner earth, the Shambhala. Okay, that is the key there. Then there's the law of grace, the inner earth, and then there is the law of surrender, the earth star. And in the class, we talk about where they're located and how you can connect to them, and then you're given an alchemy symbol. And then there's the law of action, the base chakra, and then law of rhythm, the sacral chakra, the law of free will, the solar plexus, and the law of vibration, the throat chakra, and the law of cause and effect, which is the third eye chakra, the law of wisdom, the crown chakra, the law of evolution, which is the soul star, which Stanley talked about it in the channel that I spoke for him. It was that he was a fractalization of that being there, Archangel Raziel, the law of evolution. Think about what he did, evolved Earth with these superheroes. And these superheroes are actually these here in the star that help, and they oversee all the different um, guardians. They oversee all the different uh, branches of the Galactics. And then the last one, two more. Then there's the law of polarity, which is the stellar gateway, and then there's the universal gateway, the law of purpose. And each one of those has a location again and a seraphim angel that they are connected to. And the way it works is that the way a seraphim angel is a completion of the very beginning of themselves, and then when they started fractalizing, then they created. Then that's where the Elohim, as the Essenes called it, were created from. Okay. All right, so that is an explanation to some of the things that you can tap into, some of the frequencies and energies that you can tap into next year. Now, what is 1221 specifically? There's 12, 1, 2, and 21 backwards, a reflection of itself, right? So today is a powerful day, beautiful, powerful day. That there is a portal. There's a portal open right now that is bringing forth a shower of energetic um, DNA activation, downloads. If you're ready, walk-ins, soul breaks, And what have you done all year in the year of creation to prepare you for this moment? And also keep an eye that even though, for example, 1221's portal energy, wave of energy of love light, yes, it is today. However, this video, because it's multidimensional, could carry this frequency. So even if you listen to it later, don't think, oh, I missed out. You can still meditate upon these energies that this video is carrying because of the portal information we're sharing here. And you can also the wave, the way they explain it to me is that it doesn't just end on one specific day. It will carry on. It is similar like a sound wave. So you maybe you know when you do a sound wave, drum, and it vibrates out. So it's like that. It will keep embracing the earth. It will keep rotating, and as people keep reflecting it and amplifying it upon each other, it will keep going and going and going, so it can last, you know, as long as truly as we the collective decide it can, you know, we want it to. Because if we decide, if we put a collective thought form upon that, you know, we want it to last definitely not one day, maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe even tap into it whenever we want to next year. You can do that. It is all it takes is belief. Beautiful. So yes, one love said, remember to stand in truth, love, and gratitude to all existence. Absolutely. For this is this galactic star. If you live in gratitude, as one love is speaking of, you will create such beautiful creational energy of abundance. And I'm talking about abundance not in money, though money is part of abundance. I'm talking about abundance in your life, whether it be a loved one, a, a twin flame union, if you're looking for one, a child. There would be many energies changing upon earth coming up next year, and prepare yourself. Understand that it is only your fears, your limitations, your programming, your belief system that holds you back. For it is us whom a lot of times bring forth obstacles, bring forth lessons, because it is we are not quite evolving as we are meant to. Or, for example, say there is a time where you've come upon a contract very soon with your higher self, and they said, okay, by 2011 or or 12 or 18, if you say, for example, if you haven't awakened yet, and let's hope that you have, but if you haven't, at this point, we have created a contract with your higher self. You and your higher self have created this, where you will have an illness of some kind, and it's going to shake up your world in a manner where it will be hard, but it will awaken you. Many of you have experienced catalyzing experiences like this, where it will awaken you. And now, though you're seeing the world in a different way, you've accepted that lesson that that illness was giving you, and now you've flourished. You flourished out of the cocoon, and you are a beautiful butterfly expanding your wings. This is what this year represents. You are a butterfly. You are a dragon. Dragon breath. Okay? You expand those wings and fly and soar like the beautiful divine being that you are. For you are so beautiful, and you are loved, surrounded by protection infinitely. All it is you who blocks these beautiful frequencies and waves that are anchored upon earth daily, every second. Release those chains, knock those walls down, burn them away, transmute them away. It is time. It is time for you to evolve and transcend, and to shed that skin, and to have that rebirth. right before this new year. Okay? It is time. And I love you. Um, so let's see if there's anything else they wanted to talk about. The year of the 12 of the elders is what we're calling it. Year of the Galactic Elders. Um, so with that, you're going to, because of this frequency of the year of the elders, you're going to have a lot of distractions. Not a lot of distractions, but you're going to have some people getting, trying to get in your way, or even people who claim they are light workers, trying to steer you away from the path of your highest and best. Okay? So remember, when you are connecting, because there's so many teachings out there right now, and when you are connecting with people, connect and listen from your heart. And don't allow someone to stray you into fear. The most powerful frequency when we're trying to create something is the actual intent. The actual intent is what creates what it is that you're trying to create. So from nothingness, from 0 point, from the in between of the water and the of the sand, in between of the sun and the land, the in between of the beautiful flower that's blooming from up the ground, from the in between of the trunk and the land. For we are as trees. And if we walked upon this earth realizing that we are as trees with roots that are connecting to the land, that we are connecting to the people around us through these roots and branches, feeling up against each other's energies, for we are all energy. For in our ancient teachings, in the Essenes, Atlantis, and Egypt, we understood that both science and spirituality was not meant to be separate. We understood that it was together. Okay? So that's why you will see a lot of science that aligns with spirituality, because it was once together and it should be once together. Now, envision yourself in 2012, in 2019, the year of the 12 elders, and the number 13. Envision yourself like a beautiful tree that is expanding and growing. And everywhere it goes, it leaves its footprints of its roots. And everywhere it goes, it touches the land and it spreads that love. And with that, we would like to talk about some of the influences that have been um, placed there specifically by negative polarized entities and aliens to trick us. Now, we want to specifically talk about shielding. We've talked about this a lot already. We call it shielding just as angelics, but you can call it whatever it is that you like. It is basically a force field that comes out from your heart. So this is a year that it would be beautiful for you to start connecting from your heart energies right here, force field of your heart. And what you do is you watch the video. I have a video on how to, it's like a combination of a force field. You go right now and you go like this. Do it right now. Ground your feet and go like this. Do you feel those goosebumps? Do you feel that vibration? It's giving me goosebumps. It's making me shake. Angel bumps all over. Do you feel that energy just by doing that? So it is a creational flow. It is a energy that you are finding within your I am source creator energy, and you're expanding that out and you're creating it. And when it happens is that you are connecting it from the crown chakra, expelling out like a toroidal sphere. Priestess already talked about that. And you're spreading it out to the bottom. You're creating a force field. Now, with this, it is not fear based. This is what the negative entities and aliens want you to think that is fear based. But what it is, however, what it basically is that you're creating love energy, you're expanding your own love energy. Now imagine you are that tree and you have this beautiful bubble of love light every day when you wake up, and every day when you go to bed, you set this intent. Imagine. See, we don't realize that this is what they don't want us to know. When you are walking around with this bubble of love light, do you think that you're just aiding yourself? No. You are aiding all whom it is that come into your frequency, your energy. Whomever you meet, whether it be a child, whether it be an adult, whether it be an elder, whether it be an animal or a plant, you are helping greatly the vibration upon earth raise significantly by surrounding yourself with a bubble of love light. Now, this bubble of love light, I have videos on there on how to archangel shields. You can watch that one. They all have. Now, every single basically bubble, you can use it of a different color, which will connect with each different ray on earth, the 7 chakras upon you. You could use it purple, you could use a green one, you could use a white one, a golden one, and emanate this love. And what this specifically will do is, no, it will not block you from the world, because this is according to what other light workers or channels have told you that have basically been downloaded this information from the negative entities and negative, you know who we're talking about, the Illuminati. So they've been downloaded this information. Now they're sharing it to you. So when you hear this from me, you're like, oh, I don't really need this. But every single higher self that we've talked to in the hypnosis sessions, when the clients speak to, they all say that it is necessary. This is the lowest density. Why is it not that you think that it would not be essential for you to surround yourself with your own love light energy? It is only trickster energies that are telling you this, that are telling you within your ego that you don't need this. Now there is people, but very very rare, that have been doing it for such a long time that it's activated for them. Now, however, the way we look at it is every day is a new beginning, every day is a new start energetically. So it is important we surround ourselves with that. It will basically keep the negativity out from your auric energy, the one that means harm to you, the one that wants to influence you out. So this is what we're talking about, the distractions. Okay? This will keep you away from those people in your life. It will help you with your heart discernment. Again, there's a difference between the mind discernment. People confuse that with the heart discernment. Completely different. The mind is can be connected with the negative side of the ego, but the ego is just the inner child that requires nurturing and love. Okay, and oneness. Now, you will basically be able to see things less cloudy, awaken more of your abilities, awaken your soul's blueprints, and have more of a clear cognizance, where you will have that heart discernment strongly amplified. You will be able to look at someone and look into their eyes. And you'll be able to see into their soul. And you will be able to tell if they're saying the truth or not. You will be able to understand if they are truly channeling, anchoring, giving information from the benevolent beings, the positive beings, versus the Orion group and the negative side of uh, the negative aliens out there. Yes. So this is your one of your biggest tools that we will give you right now if you want to be in the flow. It is going to be a beautiful wave that you could jump upon and ride beautifully. Go out there and create what you want to create. There's not enough healers out there. There is people who are awakened, even those people who are awakened. It is just basically like when you awaken, it is a level where you've stepped out of the negative side of the matrix, where you've figured out, oh, that's why they taught us this. That's why they teach us this now. It is where you're seeing truths. But then, what is it that you're doing with these truths that you're viewing? Are you becoming angered? Are you becoming unbalanced because now you're like maybe going in a victim mentality? Like, how can we have been affected all this life? Remember, it is you whom agreed to be upon here in this world. Now, so that's for thank you for that. And that's surrounding yourself with love, light. The world just becomes so clearly. You will see that you saw it in a fog before, and now you see clearly. And I wanted to speak to you about some different things that the Raw Collective basically showed me. Um, based got me here. So in the last Stanley channeling, where we talked about there was a light worker that was basically they showed me, if you remember, I was holding up the portal to the new earth, and then um, there was Yeshua. He was going in and he was awakening people's hearts because people were following light workers that were just kind of giving knowledge. But what is the sense of knowledge if you are not finding if you are not connecting to its true intent and creational energy? What is the use of knowledge if you are not finding it within your heart? Because this is where we grow from, where we expand from our hearts, from where our infinite energy is at in creation with our as a collective, as one. So I wanted to share a specific dream that they started talking to me about 2 weeks ago, for you all to be cautious. And this connects with, again, the distractions. So I've had people who say, Aurora, I was listening to your Aura session. And then I was listening to another hypnosis session online, or I was listening to your channel and I was listening to another one. And when I saw the difference of the love that you emanate from you and the connection that feels right within my heart, and then I went and listened to this, it felt really uncomfortable. It felt like and then they're like, and then the all the things within me that I'm still trying to like the ego, like I started hearing voices telling me that, you know, I'm worthless, I can't do what this channel's doing, being insecure. And they started sensing like, wow, this person has some energies around them and I never noticed it before. And it started infringing upon my energy just by tuning in and listening to this person's knowledge. And some of the things didn't align. So this is what they're having you be cautious upon, because for too long, just like that dream where the building was tilting over and Yeshua had to step in and the Christ consciousness and really representing the beautiful our galactic families that are out there working in love light, had to step in and open people's hearts. And even then, a certain percentage still couldn't cross over. So we're telling you right now is that so I'm going to share this dream that they shared with me alongside with information. So there was this basically this channel that they've been showing me that is has a very big following, um, over 20,000 subscribers, somewhere around there. And they showed me that initially this being was, and this is a lesson for you all, because this is what I've always done since I was a child. I would sit there and I would listen and watch others, and that's how I would teach myself, by watching others' examples and lessons. So they showed me basically, yes, this light worker, and where this light worker was basically had gifts as um, a channel, okay, and then they showed me, and a lot of times it's like, you know, they tell me these things. It's like, well, what do you want me to do with this? It's like, and they say, well, this is an example. the Raw Collective. This is an example that you can use now and help others use their heart discernment more so in the year of the elders, or overall in existence, in in this human experience. And so I'm placed here, and I have to, as the phoenix, as you all know, this is what I represent. This is what, as the phoenix, I represent. Let's transmute those densities, those influences that are holding us stuck, too dense to move on to the new earth. Okay, so they showed me this. So this is something for you all to be cautious with, as your gifts are expanding and growing as well. Okay, work from your heart, work with love, work with in service to others. So they showed me this light worker that basically that they had gone to a some kind of retreat, and they were just getting together with this like somewhat boyfriend. They were just kind of getting together with them, but this boyfriend was not a positive, was not positive polarized, negative polarized. His connection, his bloodline, was from the Orion group. So, and it was also a contract of sorts. So this person, this channel went and went to a retreat that was a guru, like an Indian guru type of retreat. However, this guru was actually negative polarized and was working with a reptilian consciousness. And he was working in service to self. So he was taking other people's energy. So what people don't realize is that, say there's a light worker that's and is always kind of a victim mentality, or is like always looking for attention. And this for anyone, because if you think of it, this is how also um, people who are energetic vampires are like this as well. Okay, so they want your attention, they want you to send them love, send them energy, feel bad for them in whichever frequency you'll send it to them. What they do, for example, like this guru man, what they'll do is they'll actually use that energy, and guess what, they'll use it for their own materialistic service to self mentality. Okay, so that's something for you to be aware when you're sending energy to someone, when you're sending love to someone. Ensure that you stay without harming anyone, and may the access of energy go where is needed and accepted without harming anyone. Because that way, if you send love light to someone, it will only be used or whatever it is that you're sending to them. It will only be used in a service to others' aid. Now, of course, we are both a balance of a service to self, because we still need to take care of ourselves. We still need to live in this human experience. We still need to, have food on our table, clothes, and but finding a balance. So that's where the Raw Collective talks about having service to self 49%, 51% service to others. So that's what that means. Okay. Um, so then from there, they showed me that this guru man, part of the reptilian consciousness group, they took the opportunity. They told this channel that basically, this it was like an elixir of sorts, that it was going to help her lose weight. So then she listened, took the drink, and with that, they took that opportunity where actually they placed a reptilian parasite within it, and um, they drank it. They started losing a little bit of weight. They started shedding off, some weight. But what happened is that they were supposed to evolve from this contract, and in turn, basically, what the goal was karmically to balance out that energy of that light worker, and then they were supposed to evolve, transmute that, and then heal from it. But instead, this light worker chose the free will and chose to stay within the ego side of make money, money, money. And then when that happened, this parasite, this reptilian parasite, kept growing within her. So this parasite is energetically within her, and it has spread throughout the whole body. And they choose to stay in the mind versus heart, love, which is the highest frequency. So now, when they had come to me, when I first started coming out, as who I was about a year and a half ago, this was an issue. They said that there was too many on, remember that building on that side? And truly the earth was, she was not taking it anymore. Too many people. And it wasn't just obviously that one, it was other as well, light workers out there who were not they give me such hard rules, I know. They were not channeling from the heart. They were not creating modalities from the heart. They were getting these downloads and not creating them in service to others. So then, at this point, basically, this reptilian, they showed me, because I'm able to look into people, especially when they're in a frequency of channel, and I'm able to see their energies and see who's actually the intent. Remember, we talked about the intent? I'm able to travel to that intent and see who's behind that cord. Okay. So then I was shown that basically this channel has been channeling the majority uh, right type of information, like legitimate information. However, has been channeling a lot of the reptilian information. So at this point, basically, the reptilians are just downloading information to this channel and then their energies is completely spread throughout the body of this channel. And they are when you listen to this channel, and really any channel, you will not feel love. You will feel an emptiness of an absence of love. And it is because they are channeling reptilian information over to us to change the timeline on Earth. And back then, we were in a negative timeline. So now we're in a positive timeline. So remember these things. When you are connecting to someone and you are listening to them channel, you are listening to their sessions, whatever kind of modality it is, you are connecting to their frequency. Now, I'm not saying, for example, like uh, my frequency, since it is a high frequency of fire energy, sometimes the ego will try to tell you, no, 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 don't listen to her, because sometimes there'll be some entities attached to those, and they'll enhance the ego to keep you away from the actual person that's supposed to heal you from. And that's for any really catalysts out there. Now, so something for you to keep an eye out. This is huge. It will be one of our biggest obstacles coming up in this year, because they're going to try to stop you from creating in the year of the elders of the universe laws, um, by placing these type of distractions in front of you. Okay. So let me see if you all have any questions so far. We're running out of time. I have about 10 minutes left of this information that's coming forth. And yeah, so in case you missed it, we talked about a lot about the year at the beginning. So you definitely want to go back and listen to this. Yes. So remember who you are. Remember who you are. This is a year of remembrance as well, because you could tap into those 12 laws and they would align as well with the laws would align with days and energies and months as well. Okay. um Now let's see what else they want to talk about. in going back to intent really quick, intent is everything. It does not matter what it is that you're creating, but what's the intent? That's what matters. Okay. So think about that. I mean, anytime you put a thought form into what it is that you desire for your life, what is the intent first? And that's how you know. Okay. Very good. Now, I wanted to talk about also, let's see. Yes, so we talked about that, and we wanted to talk about also about you will hear sometimes that there are what happened is that when there's channels and people who have um like who have a good following, they will be targeted from the negative aliens. And that is another reason why you want to surround yourself with love light, because that way you will know, oh, you know, that this is not a positive information. And sometimes you will hear like other people speaking of like that person has been compromised. Now let me explain to you exactly what a light worker that has been compromised is. Okay. So there is a difference between a light worker who is being infringed upon, who is channeling uh, negative, like that one channel was talking about. That's a different thing. Okay. Then there is a difference. Oh, and then going back to that, I'm sorry, I forgot the one of the most important parts of that dream of the light worker that has the reptilian uh, con- channeling through her. They showed me that people were free, like putting this channel in a pedestal, believing every single word that they were channeling. No, you must question everything. Follow your inner knowing and never give away your sovereignty in a manner like this. Just because someone says, so just because they have a big following and they tell you something, oh, you know, this is that, or so on, and they're speaking of a beautiful, benevolent being. Just because they say that does not mean that it's true. You follow your inner knowing. You question everything. If it does not feel right in the heart, then release it. Let it go. So what they were showing is that because people were just following and following, just believing every single word, and really it was reptilians that they were believing. Uh, they were placing themselves in this maze, and that's what they showed, like this energetic dark maze. And they were aligning and connecting with this frequency of this channel, which was then connecting them, keeping them dense with the reptilian people, and it was keeping them there stuck in this maze, and there was only one exit out with light, and they could not get out because they kept following every single word of this mind channel. Now from there they showed like they were in a box. So do you all remember that dream that I shared in the Stanley, where it first started coming to me, and they showed there was a mother and there was a child that was in a box, trapped in a black box. So that's what they showed me. All these light workers that were following and not asking any questions, you know, back to that, they want us, the Kabbalah, the Illuminati want us to view people in a servitude type of manner, not a servitude manner. What is that called? A we're not worthy. You're a god type of frequency. I can't think of that word right now. Um, serve, yeah, not that's not the right word, but so that's a manner that they want us to look at. Oh, savior mentality, that's what it was. Saviors, that's, they want us to look at others in savior in a savior manner. We are our own saviors. We are we are whom is going to bring us into the new earth. We are, no one else is. Yes, we will have beautiful beings who speak from the heart, that will guide us and lead us to that manner, absolutely. But we are our saviors. And Don't ever give away your power and your sovereignty to someone in this manner, because then that's when you're placed in this box like they were. And little by little, though, they started noticing things within this channel where specifically different things. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that are in there that have been talked about that are trying to basically de-identify you. And then they started basically, yes, noticing, and they started freeing their own selves by noticing that things were not aligning, and stop viewing this in a savior, this being in a savior mentality. They released themselves out of the box. They got out. And I would say about 80%, they showed 87% of the people that were following this channel, or again, this could also be a representation to other channels who are leading people in this manner, got out. And and only about a 13-12% still remained in there, and they followed and they stayed there. And this is so sad, because we are star seeds, we are light workers, we are ascended masters, we are angelics, we are Pleiadians, we are Felines, we are Arcturians. We are not meant to stay in the old earth necessarily, though there will always be help where there is help requested. Though we are meant to evolve and move on to the new earth. Okay, so a lot of this information we're going to touch base. There is information coming out that one, we spoke about surrounding yourself with love light shielding. This is negative polarized information. In the Essenes, in Atlantis, in Egypt, we understood the importance that before we did anything, we needed this first around us. It is like jumping in and like jumping into the astral, opening up your third eye, jumping into the cosmos and be like, yoo-hoo, I am here. Who wants to talk to me? Oh my God, you're going to attract negative entities from all over. People are gonna be, they're gonna be like, oh, you're wide open. You never want to be completely wide open. Yes, you want to be open from your heart, surrounding yourself with this energy, but never in a sense where you are being gullible or fully trusting. Always question. And this I speak of in a manner where no paranoia, absolutely. Nothing in life, there's nothing in life to fear. Fear in life but fear itself. Let go of fear. Become fearless. This is a year where you will step into your power and you will become fearless. Don't let fear hold you back from anything, creating walls and creating your own infringement upon yourself. Don't let that. You are beautiful. You have a purpose, just like my beautiful Zen says. Okay? Now, things that they're saying, as well as they're saying they don't believe in past. How is it that you do not believe in past? For the past, this is what the again, negative aliens wants you to believe, that there is no past. Because now, of course, I'm not talking about time, because time does exist in itself and it's in a parallel sense, okay? But I'm talking about the past lives of you. This is one of the things as well that they're talking about, because they want you to not. Why would they tell you that there's no past lives? Because they don't want you to heal those past lives that you've lived on Earth and you've been stuck here for so long. They don't want you to heal those. So of course they'll tell you that they don't believe in the past lives, and they'll tell a light worker to tell you that. They don't want you to go into those energies and heal them, and heal your ancestors, and heal yourself, and heal the wrong, perhaps the pain that you had in that life. Okay? You are whom you are because of your past and because of your future. You are the beautiful self that you are because of this. Okay? Don't let anyone tell you that the past does not exist. The past is influential and has molded you and created you into this beautiful being that you are For we are our experiences, and only through our experiences can we grow and ascend into these higher realms. This is the only way that we can ascend into the fifth dimension. And then the new earth will ascend into a sixth and a seventh, and it will continue on. This is the only way. When you learn your lessons from your past lives, okay? Now, this is another thing that they'll tell you, is that they're trying to take away your identity. You are whom you are as a beautiful soul because of all the experiences that you have had. You are you, but you are all. Let me think, what else? Is there anything else that they want to talk about? Yes. Now, I don't think I explained the compromised. Now, the box, this is what we're talking about. So, a particular light work that has been, um, they've been basically, who has been compromised, is someone who has been removed. Their soul has been removed and placed in a box, and now now basically they're just taken over. Okay, that's the difference between compromise. I love all, no matter how dark they may seem. I love all. This is how I work. I do not want to give up. I see hope and love in everyone, and how that they can evolve and they can pull themselves out from that hole that they are in. Now, one more thing I wanted to say, and as I'm coming to the end here, is let me see, was there anything else that they wanted to talk about? Some of the, trying to see, that's being misinterpreted. There was shielding. There was, yes, past doesn't exist. Placing themselves in a manner, others that you see, in a manner where they make themselves like they are super powerful, or um now there is people out there though that have like, super abilities, like they can, there's children out there that can start fires, and there's, these children are very special, that can, perhaps, let's see, heal, that can, telekinesis, that can have telepathic abilities. Now, this is what they want to tell you about, is that if you are watching, they want you to be careful with this, because light workers will place themselves in a pedestal and will make you feel like you're not worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy just as they are. And if something seems like off, like it doesn't align with you in your heart, remember, heart discernment. Don't believe it fully. But because part of the brainwashing, that's part of the programming, is that they will have a light worker make themselves look like they are high and mighty, and they have all these abilities that you don't even think you'll ever be able to reach. And that makes you feel like you are less worthy. You compare yourself. You think that you cannot be like them, and then you give away your sovereignty. You give away so much. Your light becomes dimmer. No. Treat everyone as equals, and it does not matter. It does not matter whom it is. They are, and we are all equals. Align with people who will treat you like an equal and will lift you. Last thing here is, for example, this is a lesson for me, and I will share this lesson with you all. This is going to be the last thing, and I apologize. I know there's questions here I didn't get to. I have a light worker right now, a lady that says that she's a light worker, and has has subscribers, and basically is using Aura, saying that Aura has said that and also Archangel Michael, that this technique that has been downloaded uh, to her is the most powerful in the world. So those are things you have to be careful with. Aura has not aligned, will and has and will not align with anyone who speaks in this manner, especially Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael would never say that a modality is the most powerful, because that is elite programming. Once more, only a negative polarized being would say and place themselves, again, there's that pedestal, that they are better, that they are elite. And this is where we come into that whole lessons that we've learned through Hitler and so on, that no, we are equals. Even if a modality seems to be even more influential, it is still an equal to that modality that is perhaps still working itself out, or perhaps no matter what it is, we are, all the modalities are equal right now. And so this is an example of what's going on out there that you have to watch out for. And I hope so. If you see a video out there that's saying that we have this is not accurate, we do not align with this. I do not align with this, because Aura, the hypnosis technique, will we are here to show you the pure light. Okay, we are here. We will never place ourselves in a pedestal or place ourselves as we are a higher modality than anyone, and we will not say that a modality is higher, nor would Michael ever. He is the most humble being. Any benevolent being would never say this. If you see any of these type of videos saying that Aura is giving the okay, is giving the, or Archangel Michael is what is that word, promoting a modality and it's Aura related, the only way that this will be accurate is if I actually put it on my YouTube channel. But this shows how significant Aura is, specifically for positive polarized, for it to be targeted in a sense in this manner. And I've asked for this video to be removed, and this supposed light worker will not remove it, no matter how many emails I've sent. So we'll see where that goes. But hey, thank you for the lessons. Taught me many, 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 many lessons. Okay, now that's an example I give you, for I learn lessons just like you all. All right, I love you all so much. When you pay attention to something, look at it. And remember one more thing. This is what happens. Before your soul family, your higher self, we look at your chart, for example. We look at your energies before we give you a download, before we give you knowledge from the benevolent beings. Before any benevolent beings, they look at you and they look at your chart and how you're doing, and what have you done. And for example, say you are going to be receiving a download from a benevolent being that's supposed to be aiding the earth. They will look, how aligned are you with it, and have you done that? Now, everything's an experiment, okay? So they will trust that if they give you this information, that, okay, she looks positive, she looks like she learned her lessons, I think she's there. We don't think that once we download this modality, this technique to her, we don't think that she's going to become an ego and then think that, then not channel this information from her heart, right? So we don't know that when they send you the downloads, this is all free will, right? a free will of experience. So if they give you a download from an Arcturian, from a Pleiadian, from the angelics, treat it with the utmost honor, love, and respect, and never place yourself above anyone. We are all loving oneness of equalness. We are all equals, remember that. So now, for example, they've downloaded this information to you. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to think that you're all high and mighty and you're going to say that, for example, this is the most powerful technique in the world? No, that is negative side of energies there that you are speaking of. Okay? Well, enjoy yourselves on today of the big portal, like we talked about at the beginning. Drink lots of water, keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself in a strong discernment of your heart. Prepare these energies, prepare yourself for the new earth. Have you healed all the majority of those wounds that needed to be healed? Have you healed them yet? If they haven't yet, remember to bring them up, just like we talked about the past life. Bring them up. Okay. Love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I love you. I honor you. I thank you and I respect you. Blessings to all. And have a beautiful holiday with your family. Love you, love you, love you. And oh, one more thing. Yeshua just said, you forgot. Oh, it's so exciting. Next Friday, I've been preparing for this. Yeshua will be speaking. I will be channeling Yeshua next Friday, most likely at 1 o'clock on the 13th hour, for he represents the 13th key of this star that we spoke about, of the universal infinite love gateway. So I'm excited to see you all there next week, Friday at 1 p.m. Love you all. Mwah. Have a beautiful day. Love you, love you.